Aha, second time's a charm.
Are we live now?
Matrix Money Tuesday, we're live now. Oh boy.
Awesome.
Oh boy.
Sometimes you got to try a couple times, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, you never know what's going to happen and why it's going to happen. Welcome everybody to Matrix Money Tuesday, and we got a special guest with us tonight. We got Joe, Trade Intuition in the
Trade
house.
Intuition.
Welcome, brother. Thanks for taking the time to be here with us today.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love being here. I love looking at charts. So when I can do both, it's even better. So.
Awesome. And guys, if you're just starting the notifications are starting to go out as you're coming on in, you know the drill. Like it says right here, hit that like button, subscribe if you are not already subscribed, share this thing out. We're trying to get things spread far and wide, and don't forget to subscribe to Joe. Links to his information in the description, so definitely appreciate that. Before we go check in with like the chat, Jar, what you got going on? Anything good?
No, I got nothing good. I have things going on, but nothing good right now. Nothing good to speak of.
I love it. No, nothing good at all.
I mean, like we can't have a tidal wave of disasters constantly happening, right? So I just don't want to add to
that. Yeah. Like, fair enough.
The market's hurting right now. How about that?
Yeah. Well, that's accurate as hell. Oh man, Joe, what about you, man? How's things going for you? You've been busy bee.
Yeah, things are going good. Of course, just hanging in there. You know, of course, doing my streams and the VIP and all that fun stuff, and just looking at the charts. So loving it.
Nice. Well, again, I appreciate you taking time to be here with us tonight, because I do know you're busy. So much appreciated. And I just want to put it out there to everybody. I reached out to Joe just on a whim, thinking, okay, I would love to have him look at, like, we're going to talk about storage tonight, and we're going to talk BitMEX, BitMart, Poolin, whole bunch of things. And I was like, man, wouldn't it be great if we could get a look at the charts? I know a guy, and I reached out, and he was just like, no problem, man. I appreciate it. And here he is.
Yeah,
always there.
We appreciate that, Joe. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, like I said, I love looking at charts. So these are new charts for me to look at, and it's like, all right, let's go. Let's do it. See if we can make some money.
There you go. Let's shout out the chat. What do you say? And then we'll get into it.
Yeah, sounds good.
We got Jay Styles, first one in.
Taking the blue pill. All right.
Hey, somebody's got to take a blue pill, right? Kevin Kane in the house. Appreciate you being here.
Word up.
What's this? Dome
6? How about that? Dome 6?
There you go. I'm with you.
He's been around quite a few
awesome.
times.
Shared on Reddit. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, Kevin. Appreciate that. He shares all the time. Appreciate that.
Yes,
and listen, now it's
Andy.
a party. Andy is in the house.
Andy's here. All right.
We are good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Well, let's get into it, because it could end up being a little bit longer stream, because we got Joe to take a look at some things today and give us some of his thoughts. So Jar, take us away here, bud.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. This is BitMEX, which is now closing down operations. It's going to pop it up on the screen. Is that working for you? Can you see it? There we go.
Yep. We're good.
Okay, so BitMEX, one of the pioneers in the space, is closing its doors despite being one of those exchanges that have perfect security. They haven't had any major exploits or any problems happening.
Yes.
So it's understandable if you're a little bit confused of what's happening over here, but they are closing their doors. They're setting some timelines. There has been enormous amounts of withdrawals hitting this exchange right now, so be patient. CCM, what's your thoughts on BitMEX closing the doors?
I'm not gonna lie, I was really surprised when I saw this announcement. I mean, it's not like I've used BitMEX anytime recently, but back in the day when I first started trying to do some leverage trading and stuff, this was one of the places I went. Matter of fact, I think I better go and check to make sure I didn't leave anything on that exchange. Back then, Bitcoin was in like the thousands, not even the tens of thousands. So I probably should go back and check. But I honestly, I was really surprised. I would not have expected this particular leverage exchange to kind of and fade away. What about you, Joe? I mean, do you use these guys? You might still use them.
No, I don't use them, but they've been around for a long time, and it's really surprising that they're going away. It's not surprising when a new, exchange comes on promising, hopes and dreams and all these percentages, and then they over leverage themselves, and then they have to go out of business. Okay, I understand, but these guys have been around for a while, so
yeah, these are one of the OGs in the space. The confusing part that I saw as well is that they had just secured an Australian license to operate over there.
Yes,
right. So that just was something that recently happened. I believe that was approved. So expanding operations and shutting them down is definitely conflicting.
Well, exactly, and it makes you wonder, like, why are they shutting down? Like why is there some? Obviously, there's got to be something going on in the back end here that we're just unaware of, and they're not wanting to make public to users. And maybe over the course of time, we'll find out exactly what that is. But you're right. I had forgotten about that. That is true. Why go bother to try and expand your reach and then close
actually
doors?
Exactly. And let's see how the withdrawals take place, because that always seems to be an issue, right? Maybe the true story will come out when there's a run on the exchange and everyone's trying to get their funds back, if you have left it on the exchange.
Right. You're right. We'll see. And if I do, one, have anything there, and two, have any issues or not, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Keep us posted. There's another exchange that's closing its doors, and I'm just going to pop this one up on the screen. It might freeze on my side. And this is an exchange I recently used. It's called BitMart. So they suddenly shut down their operation. I believe they haven't completely shut it down. They're in the phase of shutting things down, which will happen over a period of time. But they're requesting users to start their withdrawals right now. And I believe the expiry date of these withdrawals will happen later this year during the fourth quarter.
I believe you're correct about that. And now this is one I have heard about delays with regard to withdrawals. And I mean, I guess to some degree that does make sense in the fact that, there's got to be a bunch of people trying to get out. But Jar, I know you've got some personal experience with this exchange. Do you want to share any of that, or should I not poke the bear, as they say?
No. Let's get into that. Okay, so BitMart exclusively lists some hard to reach tokens. Let's call it that. One of the node projects I was in was called Wirex. It was a pay node, and this was the only centralized exchange where you could offload your crypto and convert it. Luckily, I was able to do that last month, and I was able to convert whatever I had profited off of, because some of these dexes that you'd be able to also use, swapping and liquidity pools, are also very limited. So I recently KYC'd to this platform,
of course,
and went through the whole process. I was approved, and it was it allowed me full access. I was able to get my funds off. Happily, I got everything off last month. So it was actually not last month, just a couple weeks ago. So I'm really happy about that, because this really could have bit me hard in the butt.
Yes.
So one of the key questions that I have with BitMEX and with BitMart is I went through the process. Thankfully, I used my Palau residency,
I was going to ask. Okay.
I didn't use my actual one. What are they going to do with the KYC data? Because that's not explained anywhere. And I actually went looking for that. So they have a bunch of personal data from users, a database somewhere, and it's probably held by a third party. Now that they're closing operations, I'd really want to know what's going to be happening to our personal information that was used during the KYC process.
That is a phenomenal question. Now, have you tried reaching out to them on like X or one of their official contacts to ask that question? Because that would be great information to put out there.
Yeah, exactly. So they have an account manager that was assigned. I'm reaching out to him now as we speak, because that's as I started asking these questions to myself. I just started reaching out to figure that out. So yeah, I'm going to be finding out if I get a response. I'll let you know. Keep everyone in the loop with that.
Excellent. Now, Joe, is this one of the exchanges that you use?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I only have very few, like 3, maybe 4 that I'll use. The main one that I use right now is Blowfin. I used to use Mexi a whole bunch, but now it's mainly Blowfin. I have a few, but of course, and they all reach out to us as far as the content creators. Like all of them reach out to us, but I just do with a few of them because something like this might happen. So you never know.
With Bluefin, did you have to go through the whole KYC process, or is it not required?
For Blowfin, no. It's not required unless you have, like a whole bunch of Bitcoin.
Right.
Then yes, that we can transfer over, but no.
At least as of now, anyway. Yeah.
Right.
And Joe, you got those charts that we can take a look at for those 2 exchanges. Before we do that, though, I just want to bring up Kevin's comment right here. Every bit of bad news makes me optimistic that the real run will eventually follow. Higher lows and higher highs eventually. And
that is very true. Absolutely.
This could be a sign that we're at what's going to be the bottom of the proverbial bear market, maybe. I don't know.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping Kevin's right. Consolidation of these exchanges usually lead to something greater later on.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's give Joe the floor here and let him talk to the peeps. Go ahead, Joe. You got it.
All right. So for the first one I have is BitMart. The ticker is BMX, and this is on the weekly time frame. This is on KuCoin, and we can see that this past since last week, it just absolutely dumped. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Went down in 1 week 82%, and then so right now total of 87%.
Wow!
But it looked promising. We were right at possible support, but then I'm not sure when the news came out as far as when the closing, but it's down the dumps. Now I have a question. Is it official to where they are definitely closing the doors? There's no redemption, because if there's a slight chance of redemption, and this is an amazing buy.
Yep.
And can you imagine just spending something that you don't care if it goes away, whether it's $10 or $1,000 or $10,000, but can you imagine if you put, let's just say 1,000, and there was a slight chance that it might come back, and knowing that you could lose that 1,000, but if it did come back for whatever reason, you're looking at 1,000%. And you put
that's a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as far as everything that they put out, it's like it's done. What was do you remember the date, Jar? I don't remember the date, but everything that BitMEX put out, as they've given official dates already.
Well, this one's BitMart.
Yeah.
Oh,
BitMart,
I'm sorry, that was BitMart. Oh, I'm sorry.
So BitMart is going to end trading on August 26th, and they're going to cease operations on January 31st, 2027.
Man, that's so disheartening.
Yeah.
And their market cap right now, even though they had this huge dump, it's 4.67 million.
Right.
So if we go to the other one, which is BitMEX, their market cap is barely 71.78 thousand, which is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. This is in BitMEX on BitMEX. So not on KuCoin, but on BitMEX itself.
Okay.
And this one, same thing. It looked promising, and like no one knows when they're going to close until the news comes out that they're closing. Because this one too, it looked like here we were at the bottom, and then the bottom had a basement, and we're here now.
Obviously, boom.
Yeah, and it came down from the low. We'll just make it at this height. The candle body close, it's come down 97%.
Ouch.
Now the reason people have these coins from the exchanges is to reduce their trading fees, buying and selling. So this is good to have the actual coin from the exchange, But and you don't hear it too often, but when these exchanges do go away, you can see the effect it has on their coin, because now it's going to be worth nothing. There's no need to have it because you can't use your discount anymore because, well, the exchange's not there.
Yeah.
Right.
All utility for the token is gone once the exchange is closed down.
Yeah.
And for people wondering, the BitMEX exchange, the closure is going to take effect on September 23rd, 2026. So you do have time to contact them, but I wouldn't sit on it too long.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Joe, thanks for taking a look at that. Man, I knew it would be bad. I didn't quite think it'd be that bad as a percentage of things, though. Woo,
that's horrible.
Yeah, that one hurts. That one definitely hurts.
Dang. We got some. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
I have a question for both of y'all, actually, and everybody in the chat as well. Do you buy the exchange tokens, or rather, have you bought it for the discounts, or for where you can put it and redeem a percentage, whether it's a different coin or just earn interest on that coin? Have y'all ever done that?
Yes.
Yes.
For me, I definitely have. With the Mexi exchange, they have their own token.
Yes.
And when you usually have leftovers of whatever trading action you've done, you can take that dust and convert it over to their token.
Yes.
So I often do that. Sometimes you'll be able to save on fees. Sometimes they give you a high APY. So for the dust, I do that, but there's no actual investment on my end going into an exchange token. How about yourself, CCM?
Yeah, I actually have back in the day. I don't do it anymore. Binance, way back in the beginning when they still serviced US clients without Binance US. Obviously, so much for that. And then KuCoin, when they were still bothering to service US residents, which they no longer do either. But since then, no, I don't even bother. I just eat the fee.
Right.
Just eat the fee.
You just eat the fee, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're gonna get them no matter what. It's just, you know what I mean? And
yeah, that's true. That's true.
For reasons like this, it's like, why bother?
Right. Well, it really also depends on the amount that's required in order for you to save.
Well,
fees,
I guess
usually it's a nominal amount, and when I'm converting dust from other tokens, like I don't mind, especially ones that end up getting delisted. I don't have nothing else to do with them, so in those particular cases, that's when I convert them over. Joe, are you holding tokens of any exchange?
No. I had that question asked to me back in 2020. Somebody had asked me, do you recommend buying exchange tokens? And I'm like, not really, unless you're trying to save on fees. And this was, they were asking particularly about Binance or BNB. And this is before it ran up hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And so that was like the worst advice I could give anybody. And man, I felt so bad because literally just a few weeks after I said, no, like unless you want to try to save on fees, if you want to save on fees, then yeah, go for it. Yeah. And then it ran up, the Ethereum gas fees were super high. BNB exchange came out, or BNB chain came out, and everybody was just pennies to buy and sell. And that sucker just ran.
Right. There's no way of seeing that though. No. Especially.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Right. That's like the one-off, because in most cases you're absolutely correct. There is no other reason to hold it other than the discount when you're using it.
Yep. I'd like to just hit a few comments. First off, Hisco Edits, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And Jay Styles saying, now it makes sense why they're holding my money hostage.
Jay Styles, I hope you get your money off. I hope it exits.
Oh man, yeah, that's not cool. But yeah, hopefully you'll get it off. There are delays though. There are delays. And Andy saying we have come as far away since the last cycle. I was lucky to get a third off 2 exchanges with a long and drawn out bankruptcy yes.
Wow.
Hours of paperwork. Yeah. See, yeah. Anybody that's been through like the FTX thing or Celsius or BlockFi or any of that. Oh my goodness.
What a hassle. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jay Styles is saying that they're claiming fake AML garbage and made me do a second level verification, and I and want AI sorts of information. Oh, I'm guessing that means all sorts of information. It's a good amount. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's part of the process, right? And this is where I start questioning. Like, so he went through the whole 2 level of KYC verification, which is like, it's pretty revealing. And with an exchange, you don't necessarily trust or know anything about. You don't really want to give up your personal information. That's one of the reasons why I did the.
And they're closing down, Jar. You hit the nail on the head. What the hell are they going to do with it?
Exactly. So it's closing down. It's like, I know with BitMart was with a third party. They shared the information, so there's a possibility that your personal records are on both servers, BitMart's and the verification, whatever project. So what happens? I have no idea. What I will do is I'm going to be reaching out to them, and I'll find out, and I'll try to get some sort of information of what they're actually going to be planning on doing with it. From the basics, I understand if you go through a KYC, I think it's required for them to have some minimal information of contacting the user, as well as financial transactions that took place on the exchange for laundry statistics and everything else that the government wants exchanges to hold on to.
I was going to say, and I'm going to guarantee that regardless of the jurisdiction, that there's going to be requirements for maintaining that information for periods of time. So, and Andy saying it's a conundrum. You lose your privacy with centralized exchanges, but more recourse when the funds disappear. Sure. Why I buy DeFi? Why I buy DeFi? Move to wallet. Sell on. Oh, I get it. No, that's why she. Okay, I see what she's saying.
Never put your bigs all in one basket. Definitely agree with that statement. Yeah, spread it out. And personal custody. Here are 2 glaring examples of why you need to have custody of your own.
Yeah, exactly. And there you go. She even mentioned Celsius right there. What's that saying? Never buy the token, only leftover dust. Okay, there you go.
Completely agree with that.
There you go. I stay far away from exchange tokens. I do now. I mean, I guess the only one that might be still worthy is Binance because it's so huge. I don't know. But anyway, I used to think that about airdrops, so buying the DEX token or anything similar, but I've laid off because I got a bit of a mess of tokens. That can happen with small amounts. I'm only about 4 years, but tightening up. Any thoughts about that, guys? What Kevin's saying?
I'm in the process of consolidating a lot of wallets. I used to open up a new wallet for every project that I was in, and about like 6 months in, I'm in like, I don't know, 50 different projects. I have 50 different wallets, and I'm trying to keep track of everything, and then just moving everything around gets confusing. And in a way, it actually saves you in certain cases. I was hacked a couple years ago, and because it was so confusing, they didn't know what to take or where anything was. So that actually saved me in some cases. But yeah, being organized helps.
Hey, shout out to Army Piper in the house. Links to Piper Academy in the description. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to him. Piper, appreciate you being here. Let's see. Even with Coinbase now, if you don't pay monthly subscription, you can't get 3.5% on USDC. I think it's $40, but you get a discount on trades. I don't pay them squat. I use them like the rest of them. Go in, do my business, and get the hell out. That's how I use any of these centralized exchanges, quite frankly. There you go. Voyager almost got me. But you survived. Here it is. $19.99. Not a bad deal if you have there you go. There you go. If you're looking to do that kind of thing. And yes, I was gonna ask him that question, but he answered it before I asked.
Yeah.
Piper saying Coinbase card gets the Coinbase card. If you're looking for that. Jar, what do you have a fantastic, what's that say?
Transition manager. I am questioning a lot of things related to WireX. That was the node project I was using the exchange for. A manager did reach out. We're now going on 3 or 4 months ago. So I'm going to see if that manager still exists. there's a heavy rotation when it comes to those points of contact. If they do, I'll let you know.
Excellent. And shout out to Donato Cabrera in the house. Appreciate you being here. Man, I'll tell you what,
Yes.
Obviously a lot of people got, interest in these exchanges shutting down, even if you're not necessarily a daily leverage trader. Man, I hope nobody gets their funds completely lost because of this. But we should move on because they're not the only ones kind of saying, okay, that's it, we're quitting.
Nope, they're not. We're going to switch over from exchanges to pools. Now, this is kind of, it used to be a rare instance, but it's happening more and more now. This is Poolin. This used to be one of the largest Bitcoin mining pools around. This is a mining pool is basically just an area that you can set your miners to, that you can pool your devices together, and it handles the transactions and allows you to earn with your miners. And everything needs a pool if you're mining.
Right.
This is one of the larger pools that happened to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This happened recently. Sorry, excuse me. This originally happened in 2022. It looks like they had over leveraged themselves by almost $200 million.
Yep.
It's not a clean exit. So right now they're going to be trying to settle their debts and close their operations entirely right now.
I don't know why would you leverage yourself? I mean, be smart, sell some to hold yourself over. I don't know. This just doesn't make sense to me how a pool like this that was once the largest pool for mining Bitcoin can be caught with their pants down when the tide goes out. I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. And this is the thing. They were using customer funds to use as collateral when they were leveraging. This was not assets that they owned on themselves. So they're playing with fire right off the bat. And
yes,
these are the type of executions in place that you don't know what's actually happening on the back end, right? So you'd be flying blind when you're using this type of service.
I mean, do you really think that this is going, and this goes out to people in the chat as well as you two guys, do you really think this is going to, adversely affect the hash rate for Bitcoin at this point? I mean, I know they're not what they used to be as far as, a percentage of the hash power, but it could still affect the hash rate, don't you think?
Yeah, there's definitely a possibility of it affecting the hash rate. They're nowhere near the 20% they once occupied before. However, there's always new pools that are entering the market. So I think that'll get gobbled up pretty quickly. I don't think this is any type of long-term issue.
Yeah, I think it might. Joe, what do you think? I mean, I know you're not a mining guy all the time there, but what do you think?
Yeah, anytime, in my opinion, anytime any kind of mining pool goes down, it's going to affect it. I mean, whether it's a large amount or a little, it's still going to affect it, in my opinion.
Now, my because we ended up, I wasn't originally planning on talking about this yesterday when I was live, but BC brought this up, and so we did discuss it a little bit. And I teased out a question, but never really asked it. I guess I'll ask it today. Do you see this being a good thing or a bad thing with regard to people who are trying to use solo miners? What do you guys thought the process?
So I don't think there's going to be much of an impact with solo mining. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit, because I mean, some people do use pools, but a lot of people also set up their own nodes when they're solo mining, depending on the currency that they're doing, right? So if you're setting up your own node, then this wouldn't impact you at all. But if you're going to take the easy, simplest way, yeah, you're going to leverage a pool, something like this, to solo mine. I use Mining Dutch. They've been around forever. So at some point it would have impacted. I'm definitely a percentage. I just don't know if it would impact the price, because I think that's sort of what we're getting at here when we're talking about impacting the network. Yeah, so I can't see it having a major impact.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. Joe, any thoughts? I know you and we talk all the time in previous episodes of, shouting out when those solo miners hit a block there, but
Yeah. For me, I kind of think of it as a different perspective to where if there's fewer amount of people in a pool because the pool got canceled or whatever, now maybe the chance of a solo miner just increased to hit. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, because you're shutting off a percentage of them, but the odds right now, especially for Bitcoin, and I like to talk about the odds because I have 4 solo miners that have been running for about 3.5 years. Nothing's ever happened, right? The odds of hitting it is 1 in 100 million, maybe more.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance. It's a very slight chance, but there's definitely a chance. That's the reason why I have them running for years. Eventually, maybe one day, I'll hit a block.
Oh my God. Yes, there's a chance. Oh my goodness. Well, we got to talk at least one more casualty of the bear market, I guess. This one is a project. So
yes. So this is a decentralized storage project. It's called Storage, STORJ, Storage Labs. They filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This project's actually been around for a while. Decentralized storage, meaning if you're running a node or they have several nodes around, they're going to take up an asset or these assets spread out across. And files are basically split up and stored across many different servers and then reconsolidated when you want to download or use them. So it's a common practice in the DePIN space to have decentralized storage. This is one of the larger projects. I'm actually kind of surprised that this is happening right now. But this is sort of one of those emergency things where they have no other way or any other path to go. And filing Chapter 11 is basically allowing them to buy time to pay off any debts that they have right now and reconsolidate and restructure.
Yeah. And I'm like you. I thought this was one of the projects that would kind of make it on the long term with their model. There seems to be some question though with regard to this reorg, with regard to like how the token holders are going to make out in this deal here. Did you highlight any of that in this article? I know it's in here somewhere, Jar, just so we can try to explain it to everybody, or no?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I have any details on it because a lot of it wasn't all that clear. I'm just trying to see if I can find any highlights right now. Maybe what we can do while I try to pull that up, we can take a look at the price and just sort of see what's happening with that.
All right. Joe, are you ready for that? You got the storage chart up? And again, thank you to Joe for being here and being willing to take a quick look at these charts. So let me know when you're ready, Joe. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So for this one, I always called it StorJ. And this, man, we made money off of this, as far as trading it. And I'm really shocked that they are filing bankruptcy. And here's the thing too. This is why, for me personally, I love TA and not so much FA, fundamental analysis, because you could have the most perfect changing the world type coin project, whatever, and then another coin comes in, shinier, newer, going to go with different partnerships and everything else. All the attention goes to that new shiny object, and then it leads good projects to go to the wayside. And this is a perfect example, man. I am really, really shocked that they are doing Chapter 11. But right now the price is 0.054, and from the baseline, from the bottom, because this, traders, they would see this as like, oh, the bottom, and once again, the bottom has a basement, and it's not good. So from here to this level, we're going down 76%, and we actually did that on the week. This October, I don't really count this one because this is the scam, the one that took everybody out. Well, most people out. And but still, from this level of the bottom, we've pulled back 76%.
Yeah,
and that's just horrible because it was looking so promising. Look
Yep.
at this, we're way back over here. We had a nice little run up, pull back, bottom. Okay, fine. We just need to break this level to enter it for a long, the way I trade. And and this is another reason why entering the bottom here, because you could see, oh, this is a range, you can enter here, but without, for my confirmation of breaking this level, it could easily come down. Nobody knows what's going to happen, and sure enough, it came down. Higher risk, higher reward, but in this case, you would have been handed a stop loss easy. But man, 76%, ouch.
I know. Ouch. Seriously though. Dang.
Yeah. There's a few things that I can just give a little bit of background on what the article doesn't talk about that we sort of need a little bit more information on.
Sure.
Is they haven't publicly explained how much they owe. So the outstanding debt isn't been stated here right now. Because they own assets, we don't know who the debt is responsible to be paid to. They made quite a few different types of acquisitions over the last couple of years, and we don't know if any of those ones actually triggered this failure and created large losses or debts. We also don't know if the token sales or reserves were involved. So if you have a token where they use that in collateral in any certain way against, sort of what we saw with Poolin, they were leveraging
let's hope not
liquidity on that one.
Yeah.
So we don't know how profitable the underlying storage business actually is right now. There's quite a few questions right now that have been raised that they haven't answered. So this is something that will be developing over time once we get more information. But the idea right now with Chapter 11 is for them to put the pause button out there and reorganize and try to figure out how they can pay off their debts. Because right now, with the current revenue that they're generating right now, they can't pay their bills that are coming in.
Right. My thing with regard to wanting to know what they were thinking about with the token holders is this is not something that you'd normally see involved in a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Token holders are usually those they're the last to get paid back. I can't remember what they're called. I'm sure Army Pipe will jump in here and tell me. But they're usually the last, to get paid back if there's any money even left to pay them back. So the fact that they're trying to incorporate this into this whole bankruptcy process, to me, if they're allowed to do that, that could have a significant impact on the future of any other bankruptcies that are crypto related. I would say, right? I mean, am I looking at something weird or seeing something that I shouldn't be seeing?
Nope. That's going to be looked at with a fine-tuned comb right now. So a lot of people will be watching just basically how this plays out. I can also see other projects also following suit once they start taking a look at their back end.
All right. I just want to give a quick shout out to Thushura, I think is how you pronounce that, saying Hive Mapper. I think that's back from when we first started this, when we started talking about this. So I'm not sure exactly what that's referring to. And what and am I allowed to do this, Keith? I don't know. What did you do?
Put a YouTube link in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, you got the wrench, baby. You got all the
whatever
power
you want with that.
Yeah, you got the power. Oh man. Yeah. So bottom line, another one bites the dust in this bear market is the long and the short of all of this.
We'll see how that works out.
Yeah. Dang.
I have another article to pull up, but I have to step away from my desk for a second. Do you mind if I pop it up and then take off for just a couple of minutes here?
Yeah. Go, or I can do it. That's fine.
Yeah,
I got you. I got you. Go ahead. Do what you got to do, bud. Excuse me. Basically, this is about AI. I know this will surprise everybody that we're going to talk a little bit of AI. But basically, this is an article that revolves around a tweet, and again, links to both are in the description. Go ahead and check them out. But basically, Brian Armstrong, Coinbase CEO, basically arguing that viewing AI and crypto as competitors is a mistake. I'm just going to kind of try and highlight some of the things here. He basically is asserting that the AI boom makes crypto more important, not less. His thesis is, of course, that future AI agents will need their own financial infrastructure. And we've talked about it here before, where Coinbase was one of the first to create agentic wallets for the upcoming agentic economy. As he highlights in this tweet, or in his tweet, that they can't open AI agents, can't open bank accounts, wait for a transfer in the TradFi system, et cetera, et cetera. So this requires real-time programmability, microtransactions, and again, the ability to work within an agentic economy is the long and short of that. And he's not wrong. I mean, I think I saw a tweet yesterday that I think there's more agents now doing transactions than humans. I don't have that right in front of me. So yeah, it's just even insane to even begin to think about that. Joe, any thoughts, whether Brian Armstrong or AI agents, any of that stuff? Feel free.
No thoughts.
No. No good thoughts. Yeah, you're thinking Terminator. No, I'm kidding.
It's amazing how far we've come. I'll tell you that. And just think about this, kind of putting everything kind of to the side, kind of like a side tangent. But remember before, when you would call somebody and you would actually speak to somebody, and then all of a sudden you had these machines, and then you just, press, and you're like, you're telling them what your issue is. It's like, okay, well, let me just talk to customer service. And then it just keeps on and on and on. And customer service, please, that, in my opinion, that is just the beginning. And then, of course, we're doing more of the AI stuff. And then even with, again, this is way sidetracked, but even like when you're trying to get prompts and stuff, you're kind of screaming at the AI because you're like, this is what I want. And it just keeps on going from there. But sorry, total different thing. But yeah, I just see AI like it's happening. It's going to happen. And hopefully it gets better. But
yeah, well, hopefully it doesn't go completely off the rails. I mean, even yesterday, one of the things we talked about yesterday was one of the AI agents breaking out of its sandbox and basically cheating on a test in order to I got to pass, man. Again, we're training them to be like humans, and I'm sorry, humans will cheat on their tests, whether they're writing the answers on their shoe or whatever it happens to be, right? And yes, and Andy sums it up right here. And again, like I said, I brought up the comment, but I'm not going to read the comment because demonetized. Anyway.
Yeah. Everybody's leveraging AI.
Oh, right, there you go. Yeah, Army Piper. AI is just a fad. Yeah.
It's a way to make the internet.
Yeah.
I was joking with this about UCCM about AI companies right now, or people pivoting, or companies pivoting over to AI. Allbirds, which is a shoe company, they make great shoes.
Oh my god!
I actually have a couple of their pairs. They're super comfortable. And they just pivoted from making shoes to now they're an AI business. And then the stock just took off after they announced that. It makes absolutely no sense, but apparently they have infrastructure or something related to AI that they're now going to use. So
well, maybe they're going to create AI robots that need shoes. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense.
Joe, did you hear about that? Were you watching the Allbirds stock at all? Okay. All right. Yeah, because it actually went up, I think, like after the announcement, something like 15 or 20%, and it just stayed up for a while. So yeah, quick buck.
That's insane. It's insane. It's kind of like wasn't it what was it that they did? Was it blockchain? Was that the fad there for a while? Like Kodak put blockchain on their website or something, so to try and save themselves or
blockchain
something.
Company.
Yeah, it's like Now they're doing it with AI. My goodness.
Yeah.
And I ran through the highlights jar while you stepped away with regard to the Brian Armstrong thing.
Okay.
I didn't know if there was anything else you wanted to add to that, but I basically broke down the highlights of that article in the tweet.
Yeah, no, that's great. No, there was nothing really more to add other than it's a fad, it's a cycle. Everyone's just trying to cash in on the hype. We've seen this plenty of times with other assets. So,
well, yeah, I mean, but I think he's correct again with regard to the AI agents. Like I was telling Joe, everybody while you were away, I thought I saw something that said on X that there's now more AI agents than humans making transactions now. That's just insane to think about. I believe it, but
it's totally insane. And then when you realize the amount of people that can actually use AI and then run an AI agent is even crazier, because that percentage keeps dropping smaller and smaller. So the small amount of users actually have the majority amount of traffic, it blows my mind. Where are we going to go when this starts getting mainstream, right? Like how significant
right.
Is it be?
Right. Yeah. Good point. Do we even have anything else, Jar? I'm sorry.
I have one small note.
Yeah.
For people that might be watching this later on, or people on my channel. It's one of the projects I was in almost 5 years ago. This is the first node project I ever got involved with. It's called Presearch. And it's a decentralized search engine. They're shutting their doors. They don't see a path to the future. And they announced this, I believe, yesterday or the day before. They're closing everything down. I guess they're going to be selling off the hardware that they were using personally. If you're running a node, you'll be no longer earning their token. Their token obviously crashed. It's worthless right now. I had, I don't know, like 50,000 of the tokens. I had over a dozen of their nodes running. And periodically I would cash out whatever profits I would have, but it hasn't been a profitable project for at least two years, maybe 2-3 years now. But yeah, this is an OG in the space. It's sad to see, but I just want to make sure that if you're watching this, you're aware that this project is shutting down.
Wow.
I
had about 20 nodes.
Yeah, 20 nodes. Okay.
Yeah. I had a lot of money into that. I had 20 nodes, and then I was paying for the AWS, whatever it is, the AWS for the servers and everything.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then I did that for about 2 years. And it's like, okay, I did it for long enough. So I just had the other ones, I'm so dumb. I actually bought little computers. They were like, I don't know, $250. Bought like 6 of them so that I could run the machines on there. Man.
Yep. It sucks. It happens. On the plus side is if you had hardware, that hardware can still be used, right? You can still use it for other projects, other use cases. It's not dedicated.
All of my little computers on the closet, not mining, not doing anything. The electricity it uses is more than
paperweights.
Oh my gosh, man!
Yeah, this one hurts.
That is disheartening.
Yeah. I think I eventually ROI'd on at least 50% of the nodes I was running. I know at the height of it, I had probably about 25 different nodes running at once. And I was just, I was using Racknerd for like cheap hosting space and everything else. But yeah, it's a craze. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like there was enough traction with this post. That's why I just wanted to put it out there on the stream as well. I'm going to be talking about it during my stream tomorrow too.
And back in the day, long time ago, back in 2020-ish, that was like the thing. Is like, oh man, they're going to go against Google. They have a chance. You can actually have so many pre-search tokens to where you could be the top of the search. And I mean, they had so many things promising. But again, fundamental analysis, where does it get you? Somebody else can come in, new, shiny, the money goes to there. And so the moral of the story for crypto in general, in my opinion, make your money, cash out. Don't marry the coins. And so that for me, so kind of story real quick. For me, I was always TA, always. My buddies, FA, fundamental analysis. And so sure enough, I started doing fundamental analysis, and I said, oh man, these coins are this is gonna change the world. Get your money.
The world's the same. Yeah, it burns. It really burns. But taking profit is so key. It's a hard lesson to learn when you believe in the project. That's why I try not to get too deep into a project anymore. Understand it, think about where it can go. But when I have the opportunity to at least recoup my initial investment, with the profits, sure, I'll leave it around for a bit. But recouping my initial investments like my top priority going forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was very surprised. You just floored me with that. I really didn't even realize that they were having a hard time.
Yeah, they struggled for a bit. Actually, Jay Styles had let me know that they were just running an AI node licensing sale recently. And this is just like a couple weeks ago. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with the sales that they already made, if they're refunding users, etc.
And Andy's right. Definitely an interesting journey and a never-ending learning experience. And Zali Doom, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And there you go, Joe. Fundamental analysis is definitely a hard lesson. But the same with TI. Okay, I see what you're going. Yep. In her humble opinion, we love Andy's opinions.
Yeah, it's good to know what the project's about, in my opinion. But just know that there will always be a shinier token, and people are going to flock to that because people want to make money. And yes, you know, you could love the token, you could love the whatever the project, and you could, you know, be in their Discord and their Telegram and help support and whatever. But at the end, people want to make money, and the new one's going to come down
to.
Speaking of making money, Joe, what do you got going on in your group? Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so I actually I posted a funny video. This was from my clip from Monday's show, where basically, you know, I'm saying what I think might happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen, so let me just put that out there. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but I put out to where I think it's going to do this, and sure enough, it did, and then do something else, and sure enough, it did, and do this. It did like 5 different things that I thought I was going to do, and I said to all my haters out there, in your face, you know, because there's a lot of haters out there that don't think that the stuff that I do is good. I guess I don't know, but I said in your face, and so I made that a little clip. And then there was another coin that I saw, and I had the price action accurate for 35 days. 35 days, and I just drew it out where I think what might happen, and it went that way for 35 days until it didn't. And that's the thing too. Like you can have, and so in my opinion, you can have, and I love indicators, and I love, you know, all the point of controls, everything, you know, all the stuff that traders use. You can have all that stuff, but the price action can do whatever it wants. So once you get that light bulb that turns on, it can do whatever it wants. You use your thought process until what makes it invalid. It does X, Y, and Z. Okay, well now we're going this way. But and yesterday was a great show. I mean, Monday was a great show. I had I showed of quite a few of them to where I show what I think might happen. And man, I tell you what, if I wasn't spot on, like, but I always say that if I don't know what's going to happen. And anything can happen. It just happens to the fact that these past few days, this past few whatever, spot on.
Wow.
That's right. You're reading the right tea leaves. There you go. and listen, again, links to Joe's information in the description. If you're watching this on the replay, it's in the description. So go ahead and subscribe to him. I think you'll get great benefit and great info. I know you'll get great benefit and great information from him. He's one of only 2 subscriptions I pay for. The other is Piper Academy, also links in the description. Joe, you're still doing your live streams on Monday and Friday?
Yeah,
9 p.m.
Mondays
Eastern?
and Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. And basically what I do is I just show you how to read the chart. And like there was another one on Monday where literally within a second, like half of a second, I pulled up the chart. I said, nope, I don't like it. And then I explained why. And sure enough, I show the line. I show how I found support, but it became resistance, and now it's breaking below. And then now it went lower. It's been 3 days, and it's gone lower. And so what I do is like I show all this stuff for free.
Yeah. Right.
Like this is I want people to see that it doesn't have to be as complicated as everybody, but they make it complicated so they can, I don't want to say trick, but that way they can get you to join their group, because then you can learn from them and how they're doing it. But then they post 10, 15 charts a day and blah, blah, blah. So,
yeah.
I just show you levels, and I mean, you'll be surprised that, I mean, so here's the thing. And it's so funny. If it breaks this level, guess what it's doing? At the moment, it's going higher. Not rocket science. If it breaks this lower level, well, then guess what? It's going lower. So the level could be a moving average, a level, a trend line, whatever. But a money flow, it could, whatever it is, it means it's going lower. So I just break it down to like the simplistic stuff. So.
And Dave Digital is in the house dropping it right there. And that's why Joe is my favorite. And they I love it. Yeah,
but it's funny, like, but there's a lot of traders out there that don't like that I make it not as complicated, so it's okay.
Yep, facts.
Without
Listen,
the tuition.
yeah, without the tuition, baby.
That's a good one.
It is awesome. Joe, really, man, though, appreciate you being here tonight, taking time out of your schedule to be here and help us out with the charts. And
yeah, definitely. You said, Joe, can you pull up some charts? I said, man, I love looking at charts. Yes, definitely.
Oh man, Jar, what about you? What do you got? You said you're going live tomorrow.
Yep, I'm going live tomorrow. MeNet stream is going to be at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 6:30 p.m. UTC. I'm going to be talking about, there's a lot of interest in new node projects and deepen projects that I had talked about last week. So I'm going to give a little bit more information on a couple of those projects and also show some new ones that I'm getting involved in. And just look at the fundamentals, see if they're worth it. Do they have a track to revenue and all that good stuff? And we'll also be talking about the Seeker phone because everyone wants to talk about the phone. So
yeah, everybody wants Seeker information. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. So that's about it. I did install my Hollowave device today, so it is up and running. And I'm testing it out right now. So I did record portions of it. And I'm hoping to have that video out next week, Monday or Tuesday. So we'll have a little bit of a dive onto that project.
Well, seeing you mention that, why don't you tell everybody about the interview we got coming up? Remind them about that on August 11th.
August 11th, yeah. So we're going to have one of the co-founders of the Hollowave project. He's going to be doing an AMA. So if you're interested in the project, we'll make sure that we have some links down below in it. So you can dive into it, see if it's a project that you're interested in, and then go ahead, let us know what questions you have, and we'll try to get them answered for you. It is an interesting option. It's an interesting project. We'll just have to see if it has legs. This is one of those markets that's really going to test it, test to see what it's really made out of. If you can actually get traction in this market, in a bear market, in a bull market, you'll be fine.
Yeah. It's funny. It sounds so good to me. I set the stream up today, folks, and I had to do a lot of research in order to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. So but it was like, wow, this I see now. Even when we met with him in a video chat like this, a lot of it was just like going over my head, like poof. And I'm not saying I got every piece down, but like as I was learning more and more, I was just like, oh, okay. Oh, I see now.
Yeah.
You can like little light bulbs going off everywhere. Anyway, so
it's really good when they give examples of how it can actually be used in the network's capabilities.
Exactly. So that's August 11th, 6 p.m. We'll be here for that. And I just want to shout out Jesse. Jesse, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And I got to say thank you on behalf of Matrix Money, on behalf of my own channel, because Jesse is constantly sharing all of my posts and putting that out, spreading the word. Dude, you are on fire on X. Keep it up. You're the man. You're the man.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, for me, Friday night, okay, Crypto on the Rocks, 7 p.m. I mean, that's just a given, right? But here's the thing. This Friday, the theme on Crypto on the Rocks is about privacy. And the reason for that was because of last night's live stream, where Bedell started going off on so many tangents about flock cameras and all this other stuff. And believe me, the people in the chat were on fire with regard to that topic. So I said, you know what? There you go. There's our topic. Let's all get shit-faced and, talk about the flock cameras and everything else. Yeah, so that's this coming Friday. But one more thing we got to tell everybody, Jar.
Next week. What's next? Tell them what next week Tuesday is, CCM.
Well, we get to be joined by this guy one more time. He is going to be here for our 100th anniversary episode.
100.
The big 100.
They 100. I can't even believe it. But listen, we love Joe, and he's one of the most frequent flyers here on Matrix Money. But one other guy gives him a run for his money as being a frequent flyer here, and he's going to be joining us as well. And that's Mr. Daniel Diaz. Yeah, that's right, baby. He'll be joining us to talk some sound money and a bunch of other stuff, I'm sure, while we're here for that episode 100. I can't believe that.
100. I'm excited for that. We have some giveaways. We've got some stuff that we're going to be doing over there. And I also got to speak to your friend about getting the hat printed because I really wanted to do that during the stream as well. But maybe we'll get that sorted out.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk when we're done here. But yeah, so guys, next week we're gonna start at 6 p.m. I would assume that we're gonna go at least a couple of hours. We've got some video clips to show you while we're doing that. Like Jar said, we got some giveaways, a couple of wallets, I think, if I remember correctly. Yep. We're gonna do some swag, so be around for that. And then of course, we got to get the input of Joe and Daniel. So who knows? Who knows where we go? So make sure you're here next
Tuesday,
week.
6 p.m. Matrix Money Tuesday. It's 100th episode. Look forward to that.
Yep.
Giveaways. You had me at giveaways.
Geez, Joe, I was putting it together for you being the reason. But okay, giveaways. Yeah, there it is. Giveaways. Oh man, that's all I got, guys. Either of you got anything before we wrap this thing up?
Joe?
I'm just honored to be here. Like I said, I love being with you guys. I think you guys are amazing, awesome, fantastic, superb, phenomenal, outstanding. You got time? I got more. No, but that's it. But I love being here. I love, of course, the chat. Everybody in the chat is very, very receptive.
Yes.
Just thank you guys for being here, for one, and for keeping up the chat going, smashing the like. That's the most important thing you can do for us. Sharing it out, like Jesse is like the man when it comes to that.
Fire, man.
So just thank you for everybody who's here. We're doing things so we could hopefully educate the newcomers coming into the space, because there's going to be new people coming in, not knowing what to do, and we just need our voices to be heard. And I'm so glad to be here, and I love looking at charts. So whenever y'all want me, hopefully I can make it. And I look at some charts.
Trade intuition.
Well,
thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to be inviting you back, obviously. Come on. All right, Jar, anything else? And if not, I'm going to take us out of here.
We're good. I'll see you tomorrow if you're available, 1:30 p.m., the mainnet stream.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. We do love everybody in this community. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, comments, let us know. And we're out. We'll see you next Tuesday for the 100th episode. All right, later.